Hi, my name is Tristan Martinez. I'm a senior at Riverside Poly High School, and I'm in the graduating class of 2016. Today is March 29th of 2016, and the time is now 5:45 at the time of this vlog. The reason I'm doing this documentary and this whole project is to address the issue of hazing. And the working thesis I've come out to is that hazing is a negative activity performed by schools, clubs, and sports teams that has a negative impact on the cohesions of groups and can lead to even worse things like injury or ultimately death. Now, hazing, for those of you who don't know, is a form of initiation that a lot of clubs, groups, or teams will do on a college or high school campus, and it can involve things that are very mental or either very physical. And it's just a way to get people to feel like they're being pushed very hard to join this group or club, and it's just a rite of passage, and it's a thing that a lot of clubs, sports, and teams do. That's kind of behind the scenes that nobody really knows about. So far, as far as research goes, I have a lot of online time dedicated. I found a lot of different surveys or articles and stuff like that pertain to hazing by professionals from universities where this kind of stuff happens all the time, whether it be sports related, band related, or just some sort of anything. They have a lot of data on this, and I've just been looking at all that. There are a lot of personal accounts when it comes to hazing, and a lot of them sadly result in death or very serious injury with hospitalization, and it's just not a good thing that's going on. And it also talks about how negatively it does impact the team, even though people think that it is really good for a team and for them to bond. But the results are bad, and it does show that it doesn't build team cohesion. My first steps to creating this documentary will be really going out and finding people who have experience with hazing or have experience dealing with hazing. A big thing will be finding team coaches or professors of colleges or just even players themselves to talk about what they've seen when it comes to hazing, how they deal with it if they're a coach or a professor or something, or what they go through really when they're being hazed, if they're on the team or they were part of doing it or receiving the hazing, because it is very prevalent and it's more common than we think, even though we only see these big stories every now and then about people dying and all the injuries that come along with it. It's a huge thing and it happens everywhere, and it's a really negative thing that needs to be stopped. Now, one challenge I do foresee in the future is people not really wanting to talk about it, because it is kept pretty hush-hush, especially Greek life is a huge participant in hazing, but they have a very strict secrecy code, and a lot of people aren't willing to talk about it as it could jeopardize what they got into, which they had to go through the hazing just to get into it. So to go and talk about it and then get kicked out of a club that you had to go through all this torture through would be horrible for the person, and I definitely understand why. But finding people to actually talk about personal anecdotes that they have about being hazed or about hazing someone will be extremely difficult to find, because not everybody is willing to talk about it due to all the other different repercussions that could happen with it, and just how secret and hush-hush it is kept among the people who do participate or are hazed. And that's one thing that I definitely think will be hard to get people to talk about. I'm definitely excited to keep going with this documentary and seeing how far I can really get into the whole hazing community, because it is very underground and not a lot of people know about it, and to kind of bring it up and talk about it and have it out there for people to see will be really cool, and I'm excited to see what I can get done with that. Okay guys, so that's the end of my entry blog. Hopefully you guys can stick through and see the rest of the vlogs that I'm going to upload in the future, and the final product, so that you guys can really see what I unearth about hazing in the whole community as it is. So yeah, that's the end of this vlog, and let's stop it.